here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Cheers, Rudy. Some days I get a story and at first glance I do the old sheesh, and then I have a whiskey, calm myself down and do some critical thinking about why people behave in certain ways. This story came out about 6 months ago and I wanted to make a decision based on facts, the law and morality. But before we get into this story, let me prime you up with a few moral dilemma situations, and I don't want you to think long and hard about it. I just want you to hit me with your first response. You ready? It's 3 a.m. on a somewhat beautiful summer's day and your wife goes into labour and you need to get to the hospital because nothing is going to stop that self-identifying non-binary baby from being born. The hospital is 6 kilometres away and there is no traffic on the roads, but the speed limit is 60 kilometres an hour. She is screaming like a vegan at a steakhouse. Would you drive to the speed limit or risk being pulled over by the constabulary and drive over the speed limit? Come on, tick-tock. And secondly, you found a stack of weed and you're not a wealthy person and you know you could probably make some good coin selling it to a few of your college mates. It's a guaranteed 10k cash. Handing it to the constabulary will definitely get you a community service medal for outstanding citizenship. Would you start ironing your best shirt in preparation for the award or buy up big on Ziploc bags and a cash counting machine and invite Cheech and Chong to your next party? Come on, we'll get back to that later. Anywho, let's get into this. A parking warden slapped a ticket on an ambulance that was left on yellow lines outside a Tesco. Now you're divided already, aren't you? Have you made a quick assessment of the situation and thought, I don't need to watch the rest of G-Mann's video, I know what's right? Well, sit down, get your finger off the mouse button and listen up. I love it when I'm bossy. Now witnesses criticised the warden for ticketing the ambo, but he refused to listen to their complaints. The female paramedic said that the vehicle is too big for the bays and she was stopping for water. And the car park landlord is reviewing the contract with the operator Euro Parking Services. The story reads, an overzealous parking warden, how do you know he was overzealous, who slapped a ticket on an ambulance after a paramedic stopped for a drink in boiling temperatures. Is that a bit of an exaggeration, boiling? Or was it really 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit? I had to Google that. Well, let's get to the upshot. Warden Boy is going to keep his job despite calls for him to be sacked. I mean, why would he get sacked for doing his job? That would be a first. You're sacked. Why? Because you were doing your job. Okay. Video footage of the female paramedic. Oh, she's just a female paramedic, not a condescending little snowflake. Rowing with the warden in Cheshire over the fine divided social media over who was in the right. Well, that's where G-Mann comes in. The incident outside Tesco Express began when the ambulance was left on a double yellow line. The warden was initially confronted by a witness filming the incident before he had a row with the paramedic outside the shop, and other shoppers came to her aid and tried to reason with the warden, who refused to back down. Take a look.
So you're giving a ticket for an ambulance that's on call?
It's not on call.
It's on call.
She was having lunch.
It's on call.
She was having lunch. Not on
She
call.
was not.
Where's the sirens?
They were picking up.
Where's the sirens?
They don't use the sirens going when they're parked up, you idiot.
Oh, go you little social justice warrior.
Parked up on a double yellow line.
Getting some food. They're on call. If their radio goes, they have to go.
They're getting some food, so they're not on call, are
They are, because if the radio goes, they have to go, you idiot.
Where would you like me to park?
In the bay. They'll get you for going over the
It
edge
won't
of
go
the bay.
in the bay. I can't fit it.
You'll do it for going over the edge of the
Yeah.
bay, won't you? I'm not over the edge. As long as she's in a bay, she's fine.
Listen, I'm not being funny. I'm not going to use disabled space.
Yeah, your colleague did though.
No, well I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm about me, not my colleague. So where would you like me to park? I've been on
Anywhere in a bay.
since 6:45 this morning. I've had nothing to
That's
drink.
fine, I understand.
Nothing to eat.
I think you've had plenty to eat, love. Just saying. Oh no, now I'm fat shaming her.
But anywhere in a bay.
And now I'd like to go to Tesco to get some water.
Yeah, that's fine. You can
Yeah.
do that, but you can't be parked on a double yellow line, can you?
She's
You're
on
allowed to park on a
call.
double yellow line if you're not on a call.
She's on call. If the
Are you
radio
on a call at the
goes, she
moment?
has to
Are you
Are you on a call
go.
at the moment?
Seriously.
I know, but are you...
Seriously. I've got
I understand. Bye-bye.
Fit it in the bay, can you?
I can't put it in the bay and I'd like to get a bottle of water. I've been on since 6:30 this morning.
Okay, that's fine. But obviously you can't park on a double yellow line.
Pick up
If
that.
you ever need an ambulance,
Yeah.
Oh, you're a piece of work, lady. I know you guys do incredible work, and most people praise the work that you do, but seriously, girl, was this your first day out in the job? Didn't you think to pack yourself a small esky with some light refreshments and snacks and water? Stop being a princess bitch face and an angry little snowflake.
Shame on you. I'll make sure this goes everywhere.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I don't know about you, but he seemed to be reasonable. Maybe they should have tried to reason with her. Now, the employer, Euro Parking Services, later confirmed he will keep his job, but he will be retrained. Retrained? For what? Sure, he may need a little emotional intelligence training on how to approach a situation, but well done, boy, for executing your duties. Does she get retrained? EPS confirmed that the fine was cancelled within an hour. The company added it had apologised to the ambulance service and was making a donation and would be changing its training procedures to ensure such an incident does not happen again. Twitter went into meltdown. Well, that's a bit dramatic, with users quick to become angry over the situation. One said he spent that long arguing with her, she could have been in, had lunch, her bottle of water and watched a film. Another added, disabled permit holders and vehicles loading are permitted to stop on double yellows, except with dashes on curb. Emergency service crews are more important. It's integral to having them refreshed and not have them walk 5 minutes to their vehicle where possible. But others supported the warden, with one Twitter user saying, "For real? This guy is 100% right. The AMBO was not on call and is illegally parked." As you heard, the warden was also adamant the paramedic was not on call and was getting lunch. The guy who's filming this is Mr. French 47. He said, "I felt so strongly about the unfairness of what was happening that I started filming on my iPhone, hoping to bring attention to what was happening to the hard-working paramedics." And I guess the not-so-hard-working warden. Now, from what I can gather, it is a private parking firm who was working for the landlord, who I believe owns the car park and the businesses around it. It seems that the parking enforcement signs were only installed a couple of weeks ago and the locals are not happy about it, nor are some of the businesses. A statement from the EPS said, "We recognise that a mistake was made by our parking attendant and have taken immediate action to rectify this situation. In addition, we will be following our internal procedures to investigate this matter further with the warden concerned to ensure situations similar to this will not be repeated in future." What about her? I wonder what would have happened if the roles were reversed and there was a male paramedic and a female parking warden. I bet that would have been a different story. Man abuses parking warden. The incident has highlighted the need to retrain our wardens on how to deal with members of the uniformed services, not least the ambulance services. Parking management plays an important role in improving this car park
by making it safer and user-friendly through the maintenance of the flow of traffic. Since we began managing this car park, we have seen positive results. For example, we have successfully reduced the number of vehicles parked on double yellow lines.
Except ambulances.
We would like to reassure members of the public and our communities that as an organisation, we are committed to providing a first-class and professional service.
Except when it comes to ambulance officers.
Euro Parking Services would like to offer its sincere apology to the ambulance service concerned and to the crew members that were on duty at the time of the incident. To this extent, Euro Parking Services will be making a donation to the ambulance service as a gesture of our appreciation for the fantastic service that they provide to our community.
Oh, sorry. What's my take on this? Well, was the warden doing his job in compliance with the Roads and Traffic Act? Absolutely. Full marks, trained well, kudos to your team, and your bonuses are on its way. Was the warden being a dick? Maybe a little. Assess the situation and use your moral compass to make a decision to wait for the paramedic and educate her on the Roads and Traffic Act. Give her a warning and move on. Don't be a dick. Now, was the female paramedic entitled to a lunch break after working tirelessly for 7 hours? Hell yes, absolutely. Everyone loves a paramedic when we need one. You deserve breaks, and you shouldn't have to be arguing with a person trying to do his job. From all of the people with whom you have treated and saved, we thank you. In addition, was the female paramedic being a dick? Just because you are in a government-owned vehicle doesn't entitle you to break the law. Get more organised. This ain't your first rodeo. Get an esky or a small cooler bag. Stock it with the bare essentials like water and park legally. And making threats like wait till you need an ambulance is very childish. I do hope, Miss Paramedic, that you do get the training in the road rules and resilience in dealing with wardens. I can help you with that. I can see how some people would be torn, but I do have a solution. If an ambulance needs to park illegally, similar to this situation, they should just go ahead and park, buy a bottle of water and return. If the warden needs to follow his job description to code, then he should issue the vehicle with an infringement notice. The paramedic can then just grab the notice from the windscreen, finish her shift and hand the infringement to her supervisor and ask them to deal with the matter in writing professionally. I'm sure if they would follow my strategy, this would never have been videoed. It wouldn't have been plastered on news outlets. It wouldn't be splattered across Twitter. And even better, I wouldn't be doing this story. So what do you think? Is the warden in the right? Or is he just out of touch? Is the paramedic in the right, or does she need some retraining? Going back to my 2 questions at the beginning of the video, it's about what you think you are entitled to and your moral compass, or doing things legally within the constraints of the law. And as usual, comment, like, subscribe, downvote, unsubscribe, troll, do what you got to do, but do it legally. I'm Gerald Pauschmann for The Point TV. Cheers, Rudy. Father number 1, son number 2.